For Year 8, Term 2, Week 2. On page 14, we got some more difficult questions that I'm going to go through. So look at 6a, it says find the length of the diameter AC. So AC is this one here, that's the diameter. But this diameter also happens to be the hypotenuse of this right angle triangle. Now, to find the diameter, we can just use Pythagoras to find the hypotenuse of the triangle. Okay, so we can say AC squared is equal to 15 squared plus 36 squared. So therefore AC is going to equal to the square root of that number. So put that straight into your calculator and you will get, I believe it's 39, but I'll just double check with my calculator here. 15 squared, square root of 15 squared plus 36 squared is 39, yes. So to find that length, there'll be 39. Find the shaded area correct to the 1 decimal place. The shaded area is going to be the area of the entire circle minus the area of the triangle. So the area of the circle, if this diameter is 39, then the radius must be half of 39, which equals to 19.5. So the radius of this thing, let me just change this, is 19.5 millimeters. And to find the area of the circle, we use the formula area is equal to pi times radius squared, which is equal to pi times 19.5 squared. That's the area of the circle. Area of the triangle, okay, is equal to base times height divided by 2. Base is so half of times 15 times 36, and you get the area of the triangle. So to find the area of the shaded region, we just take the area of the circle minus the area of the triangle. So take away from that and you get the answer. Next one, question 7. Find the value of r, which also is the radius. So this, again, we have, this is the r. That's the radius of this quarter circle. Okay, whoops. Imagine there's a circle there. Okay, and this is a quarter of a circle. So this is the radius. R stands for the radius, but r also is the hypotenuse of this right angle triangle. So again, we're going to use Pythagoras. So I'm going to say r squared, that's the hypotenuse, right? It's equal to 7 squared plus 24 squared. So therefore r is equal to the square root of 7 squared plus 24 squared. And let me see what that is. 7 squared plus 24 squared. And that's going to give you 25. So r is equal to 25. Now it says calculate the total area of this figure. So the total area is going to be the quarter circle plus with a triangle. So the area, I'm just going to write the area of the triangle here. A of triangle is equal to the half times base, which is 7, times the height, which is 24. Now the base and the height is the two lengths that are perpendicular to each other. That's why there's 7 and 24. And you're going to get an answer there. Okay. And then we're going to do the area of the circle, or in this case, quarter circle. And that is going to equal to 1/4 of, let's see what it is. 1/4 times by the times by pi times the radius squared. Radius is 25 squared. And let me see, you're going to get an answer there. Okay. And what you got to do is add these two areas together. So add that one and that one. Add them together to get the full area of this shape. Okay. You can do that. Question number 8. A circular cricket ground has a radius of 95 meters. Okay, I prepared this one already. So let's have a look. All right. A circular cricket ground has a radius of 95 meters. The wicket square at the center of the ground is rectangular in shape and measures 26 meters by 50 meters. So here's a diagram of the cricket ground. It's circular and it's got the square that's 26 meters by 50 meters in the middle. And that's okay, that's how they play cricket. So, and then it says the grass area, not including the wicket square, is to be re-turfed. So that's that green shaded region that I just colored in green there. That area is going to be re-turfed. It says find the area of the ground that is to be re-turfed, correct to the nearest meter squared. So the question is asking you to find the area of this shaded green region. Okay, and to do that, we need to find the area of the circle. So I'm going to put area. Oh, let's change this to red. So area of circle is equal to pi times radius squared, which is pi times 95 squared. And then you're going to find the area of the rectangle. And that's going to equal to length times width. And that is 26 times 50. And then you're going to, whatever the answer here you're going to get, you're going to take it away from each other to get the final area to be re-turfed. And then question B says, calculate the cost of the new turf at $30 per meter squared. So whatever answer you get here, it's going to be in meters squared. And then for question B, for question 8, this is 8A, 8B, what you're going to do is you're going to multiply that number, meter squared, by $30. So whatever meter squared you get, just multiply by $30. And you get the answer for question 8B. Okay, question 9. Well, question 9 says the window above a door is made up of a rectangle and a semicircle as shown. There's your window there, the diagram there. Okay, find the value of x. Okay, the value of x. So the value of x is this length here. This length here. And that also is the length here, which means the value of x is also the diameter of this semicircle that's up here. So we need to find the diameter. Okay, so if I draw, let me see, this from here to here is the radius, is it right? If I can find the height of this particular semicircle, that also happens to be the radius. Okay, if I can find the radius, then I can find the diameter, which is x. Okay, so let's see, what's the radius? We got 60 here, and this is 20 here. 60 minus 20, that gives you 40. So that means the radius is 40. If the radius is equal to 40, then the diameter is equal to 2 times 40, which is 80 centimeters. And x happens to also equal to diameter, which means x is equal to 80. So the value of x here is 80 centimeters. Calculate the total area of the window. Okay, you want to find the area? No problem. Now we have already x is equal to 80, so that means 80 is here. So from that we can find the area of the rectangle. The area rectangle is 20 times 80. Okay, so I'm going to write that over, let's see, over here, area of the rectangle is equal to 20 times 80. Okay, now to find the area of the semicircle, we'd say, okay, area of semicircle is equal to, well, it'd be a half the area of a circle, the whole circle, with the radius. What's the radius? The radius is 40. So half times pi times 40 squared, r squared, okay? Because area is equal to pi times r squared. So you do pi times 40 squared, but then you halve it because it's got half a circle. Okay, so you work out what these two values are, and then you add it together. So find out what the area of the rectangle is, find the area of the semicircle, and add it together. You get the area of that window. All right, and you have to put it to the nearest centimeter squared. Question C. Determine the cost of replacing this glass with stained glass at 10 cents per centimeter squared. Okay, so whatever the area is you get for question B, all you gotta do is multiply by 10 cents multiply that number by 10 cents. And you'll get the answer to question C. Okay. Question 10. The what's that word? Facade of this railway arc is to be repainted. Find the total area to be painted correct to the nearest meter squared. So the question is asking you to find the area of this shaded bit here. Okay. To find that, we're going to look at this shape and divide it into a triangle for the top. I'm going to find the area of this triangle. Then I'll find the area of this rectangle at the bottom. So I'm going to put it on this side here. Okay, so the area for the triangle is going to be, this is the height of the triangle is 5 meters, and the length of this triangle is 9 meters. So the area is going to be 9 times 5 divided by 2. A half of base times height. Here's your base, here's your height. You times it together, you divide by 2 because it's a half. Okay, then, so that's the area, which is, let's see what that is. 9 times 5 is 45. 45 divided by 2. And that's going to give us the area of the triangle is going to be 44 divided by 2 will be 22, so 22.5 meter squared. Now we need to find the area of the rectangle at the bottom. Okay, so this is 2.5. That's there to there. This is 2.5. Actually, we don't need to worry about that. Hold on, not yet. So the area of the rectangle is 9 times 4. Okay, because this is 9 and this is 4. So area of the rectangle is equal to 9 times 4, which equals to 36. So now let's add these two areas together. Okay, so 22.5 plus 36. You're going to get 5. This will be 8. This will be 5. So 58.5 meter squared. Okay, that's the area of the entire shape. So if we find the area of that plus the area of that, we get 58.5. Now we need to minus, so look at this picture here on the left. We need to minus the area of this part that's being cut out from the shape. And once you find the area and you minus it, you get the answer of the shaded bit. Okay, so go to the next page, and we're going to find the area of this shape here, which is made up of a semicircle and a rectangle. So let me find the area of the rectangle first. We know that this is, let me see. This is going to be 4. Okay. So the height of this rectangle is 4, and this is 2.5 and 2.5. 2.5 plus 2.5 is 5. 9 minus 5 will also give you 4. Okay, so we have a square actually, 4 by 4. So that means the area of this square is going to be 16 meters squared. Now, I want to find it. Okay, so I'm going to draw on this side. You have the square. Whoops. Okay. So you have a square and you have a semicircle. Something like that. And this is a 4 by 4, which means the area of the square is 16, because 4 times 4 is 16. Now, to find the area of the semicircle, we know that from here to here is 4, which means the halfway must be 2. Okay, and we just found the radius. So the radius of this semicircle is 2. So to find the area of the semicircle, area is equal to a half the the area of a circle, which is pi r squared, which equals to a half times pi times r squared. R is equal to 2, so that's 2 squared. So that's a half times pi times 4. Or we could say that's 4 pi over 2 equals to 2 pi. 4 times pi divided by 2 is 2 pi, okay? So that means the total area of this whole part that's been cut out is going to equal to 16, because you have 16 here, and you have the area of the semicircle, which is 2 pi. So the total area of the cutout piece is equal to 16 plus 2 pi. And that's going to equal to, on your calculator, you're going to actually, yeah, on your calculator, you're going to get let me see what it is, 16 plus 2 pi, and that's going to equal to 22.28. Let's leave it at that for now. This will be meters squared. So to find the area of the shaded region, remember the area of the whole shape is 58.5. So to find the area of the whole thing, we say, okay, we say the area of the shaded region, area of shaded, is equal to 58.5, take away 22.28, and we're going to get, let me see, 58.5, take away that, and it's going to give you 36.2 meter, 2 meter squared. All right, let's see what the question is asking. To the nearest meter squared. Okay, well, that'll be 36 then. 36 meter squared. There you go. Now, the question B says, how many tins of paint are needed needed if each tin will cover 5 meters squared? Okay. Well, you have 36 meters squared. So how many tins do you need? Now, one tin of paint is going to cover 5 meters squared. So how many of these 5 meters squared will be able to cover all of this? Okay, you work it out. And then you can find the cost. So once you find out how many tins, you can question C says find the cost of the paint if each tin costs $12.50. So however many tins you need, you just multiply by $12.50 to get the total cost. Question 11. Okay. It says a rose garden is made up of 3 sectors. Each sector is 4.5 meters, as shown in this diagram on the right. Determine the total area of the garden correct to the nearest meter squared. Okay, so that shape there. Now, you see how these ones, they all have a dash there? It means that they're all the same length. So, that means that this sector has a radius of 4.5 meters. Same as, so they all have a radius of 4.5 meters. Each sector, okay, there's 3 sectors. There's your 3 sectors. Okay, so that means that if they all have the same radius, then we can just combine all the sectors together and make one big sector, like this. I'll show you on the right. So you have, it's going to look something like this. Oh no, it didn't come out right. Hold on. Okay, and this would be your 3 sectors if I combine it together. Okay, this will be 60, 60, 60. So if you combine all 60 plus 60 plus 60, you get 180, right? Okay, so 180, let me just get rid of this. 180 is actually a straight line, so it should look like this. All the 3 sectors combined together, it'll look like half a circle. So that means all we have to do is find the area, because it's asking for area, I think. It says determine the total area of the garden. Okay, we know that the radius is going to be 4.5 meters. So the area of the semicircle area is equal to a half of the circle, which is pi r squared. So area is equal to 1/2 times pi times by 4.5 squared. Okay, once you dial that into your calculator, you should get the answer for the total area of the three sectors combined, which will be in meters squared, to the nearest meter squared. Okay. Question 11 says fertilizer is sold in bags that cover an area of 8 meters squared. Okay. Maybe I'll help you with this one. So for the first one, I'm going to answer this one here. So it'll be, let's see what it is, 4.5 squared times pi divided by 2. This will be 31.8 meters squared. Now, fertilizer is sold in bags that cover 8 meters squared. So it says, how much will it cost to fertilize the garden if fertilizer costs $9 a bag? So we need to know how many bags of fertilizer to cover all of this. Okay, so we take 31.8 divided by 8. So how many 8s will go into 31? Okay, so 2 times 8 is equal to 6. No, actually, sorry. 3 times 8 is equal to 24. It will cover 24 meters squared. 4 times 8 equals to 32 meters squared. So we can't use 3 bags. We need at least 4 bags. Okay, even though it's more than what we need, but we can't have less because it won't be enough. And you can't have 3.8 of a bag. People don't sell to you 0.8 of a bag. You have to get either 3 or 4. So you have to choose 4. So you need 4 bags. Each bag costs you $9. So 4 times 9 equals to, get the answer there. Too easy. Okay. Question 12. Now, question 12 says, calculate the area of each sector. Okay. So just use the formula. This is the area of a circle is equal to pi times radius squared, and then times it by the fraction that this sector represents. So it'd be 120 degrees over 360 degrees. Okay, and r in this case is going to be equal to 3. So the area is equal to pi times 3 squared times it by, what fraction is this? If you take 120 over 360, you can simplify that to 1 over 3. So you times it by a third. Okay? And then you work out the answer there on your calculator. And it says to correct the 2 decimal place. Okay, next question. This will be, again, area is equal to pi times in a radius squared, which is 7 squared, times it by the fraction, the fraction of the whole circle this sector represents. So you're going to have 45 degrees over 360 degrees. Okay, you can work that out. Next one is, again, area is equal to pi times radius squared. Okay, and times it by the theta over 360. So that's going to equal to pi times 5.4 squared times it by 72 over 360. Okay, so you can work that out on your calculator and get the answer. Okay, hope that helps. Oh.